On this segment of Read It or See It, we're going to be analyzing the book versus the movie of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Ken Kesey. So a general summary of the story is a criminal named McMurphy pleads insanity after getting into trouble again, and once in the mental institution, he rebels against the oppressive nurse, Nurse Ratchet, and rallies the scared patients of Chief Broman, Billy, Tabor, and others.
There are some plot differences between the book and the movie adaptation. Some of these are all of Chief's hallucinations are not present in the movie adaptation. Also, when McMurphy takes the patients on a fishing trip, he takes them to some random lake instead of his childhood home. And the last one would be with Miss Ratchet after her scuttle with McMurphy. She is only wearing a neck brace in the movie instead of being not able to talk like she is in the book.
And some scenes are completely eliminated, like Broman and how he narrates like how he perceives the bulk of society by comparing everything, aka the pills and the other people working at the mental institution, to machines. So that perspective is completely eliminated.
One thing that was added in the movie that wasn't in the book was McMurphy's therapy scene. We were able to see what happened to him because we weren't able to get that in the book because Bromden wasn't present.
The characters were depicted in the same way, but they were characterized differently. For example, McMurphy, he was depicted as rebellious and rambunctious, rebelling always against Nurse Ratchet, which was characterized the same way in the story. But on the other hand, Nurse Ratchet was characterized as a doll in the novel, while in the movie she looks normal. And depicted in the movie and the book, she was represented as angry and two-faced, which was both seen.
There were some things the director could achieve that the author couldn't because he was able to use motion picture, so we could more easily visualize things that were happening. We could more clearly see the emotions that were displayed by the patients, such as when Billy was begging Nurse Ratchet for forgiveness, and when he was being dragged out, you could see his fear, and the director was able to build more suspense by having dramatic pauses and like the screen fading to black and stuff.
And Chief, while in the book he was present throughout the whole thing, because from his perspective, he kind of gets left in the dust in the movie. In the movie, he was more of a side character, while the movie focused primarily on McMurphy rebelling against Nurse Ratchet.
Were our expectations for the movie met? We did not think so because we were expecting to see some of Chief Bromden's hallucinations and see how that would be represented in film, and that wasn't present. So we would have enjoyed the movie more had we not read the book before, because we wouldn't have gone in with those expectations. But aside from that, the movie was pretty good, we thought.
As well as the tone in versus the book and the movie, it wasn't exactly the same because the movie could not capture the drabness of how the patients felt about the ward as it was in the book from Chief Bromden's perspective. And if we were to rate this, we'd probably rate it something in between because the gist of the story was both exemplified in the book and the movie, just the execution wasn't exactly done well. And an example of this was from the book, this quote from part 1 from Chief was that she appraises them, the nurse, their hate for a month or so, and then lets them go because they don't have enough hate. When she finally gets there, she wants to get them and gets them one at a time. Over a number of years, weaving them into her plan and her network. In the book, she was characterized as two-faced and very manipulative, and we can see that from Chief's perspective. But in the movie, we can't see how conniving and how sinister the nurse really is.